Hi guys. I'm trying to figure out how to make a pinned comment. Someone suggested that last time. Just to tell everyone what we're doing. Yay, it's Tuesday, I know. I feel the same way. Okay, hopefully when I comment this I can actually pin it, but I'm gonna write where transcribing a 1943 diary that I got on eBay, because as you guys know, everyone's going to ask that question. Okay, I'll read those comments in a second. Hold on, let me figure out. I'm going to send this comment, and I'm going to try to, pin it. Okay, cool. So that should stay at the top. But thank you to everybody who answers that question for me time and time again. Hello again. Hi, Rachel. Hi, Sarah. I think it's pronounced Sarah. All right. So it looks like lots of you got the notification from registering. Someone else said that they saw it on their calendar, their separate calendar. So it's always good to double check, enter it in 2 calendars, and then you'll be here. All right. It's always awkward starting off because I don't know when to actually begin, but it's nice to see you all. How's everyone doing? You've been waiting all week. Me too. I'm on April break right now. I'm a teacher, so I've had today off. I did a little digging in my junk pile. I don't know who follows me, but I dig in the woods. There's like a old farm trash pit. I found some cool stuff. I did some research for the diary. I found some interesting things here too, but did we get to the exciting part? I don't know what you mean by the exciting part. I can fill you in a little bit before we start for sure. Let me open up. Hold on, I can't see my computer screen, so I have to do this gymnastics, but in July, on July 9th, hold on. Let me go here instead. Of course it's blurry, but this is actually on our website. You can always click on it on your own computer and catch up. You can read all the entries we've done. And I also have finally caught up putting all of my live replays on YouTube. So all that's there now. So that's good. That took forever. But now that I've done all of the, the backlog one by one after we finish this live, I'll just upload it. I'll do everything right away, so it won't be so much of a hassle. But on July 9th, he stopped writing for about 2 months. So he went for a swim in a quarry. We don't know if that's related to why he stopped writing, but it's definitely worth, we've been mentioning it and kind of toying with that idea. But the entries didn't pick up again until September, and when they did, it was a totally different handwriting. So we've had lots of different theories come and go. I think it's his wife writing for him. We did find his death certificate, and on his death certificate, which he died a year after the diary was written, it says he died of a cerebral hemorrhage, and that his first cerebral hemorrhage was July 10th. 1943. So I am not a nurse. I don't know if a cerebral hemorrhage could be caused by something that happened at the quarry, or if that's just more of an ongoing illness that may have been building up and he didn't know about it. But yeah, we know that that's probably why he stopped writing for 2 months. And then when he does come back, it's his wife's handwriting, but it's from his perspective. And he's talking about not feeling well a lot. And he's talking about taking a walk in the yard is a big deal now. And as we know, if you've seen the other lives that we've done, this guy was very active. He went to work every day. He worked on his farm every day. So it's definitely unlike him for it to be tough to go for a walk. So I don't know how many of you are here from the registration, but we can get going if you're ready. We left off on October 23rd, so I have it open to the 22nd. Yeah, she started mentioning the weather again too. Yes, at first she didn't, but now it's kind of back into his normal setup. Hi, Emily. Someone said, thank you, TikTok, for bringing me back. I hope that you registered and that's why you're back. I actually already made next week's event, so if you guys want to register now, you can. And someone had asked me last time how many pages is this Word document that we're working on. It's at 85, but the font is gigantic. Ooh, I just heard a little noise. I think I got a little gift or something. It made a noise. Okay, well, anyways, did we find out if it's definitely his wife writing? No, we haven't found out definitely, but I think that's my theory at least. Oh, you got a notification it was coming up soon. Cool. Someone said register. Yes, if you go to my TikTok bio, inside the, like underneath my name and my description and everything, it says live event, and it'll say like, I'm explaining how to register right now. So it'll say live event in my bio, and if you click on that, then you can get like a notification next time I go live. So I'll put each day. So right now there should be one in that's happening right now, but there's also one for next week that you can click on and you can like sign up for it. And hopefully my pinned comment, is my pinned comment still there? Because I don't see it, but hopefully you guys do. And I'm glad lots of you are back. So I think let's get started then. So I'm going to start off, we did October 22nd. So on October 22nd, they got their war ration books, which is kind of interesting. And I did find a picture of a war ration book on eBay that someone was selling, I think, and I put it in the website. So it's pretty cool that we can kind of see those documents, and I'm just still trying to fiddle with my setup here so you guys can see. Okay. It's not what's not there. The event. Well, I can't go out and fix it now, but normally on TikTok, and how like has my little picture and then it says my bio, normally underneath all that it should, oh, the pinned comment. Okay, you're talking about the pinned comment. Okay, well, it's gone, whatever. I'm not trying that again. But is the event there for next week though? Oh, they only stay for 20 seconds. Okay, so that is not worth it. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave it. We'll figure that out later. Okay. Oh, I already did Friday. So now we're moving on to October 23rd. Just today's is there. I think if you, my head, yes. I think if you click on like the live that says it's today, it will give you an option for the other one. It at least shows me that. I can only see it from my perspective, but at least after this one is done, then the other one will be available. But you can mark it. It's next Tuesday at 6:30, same time. So if you want to put it in your own calendar, you can. All right, I need to move this so I can read a little bit. Okay, click register and it'll show today and next week. Okay, perfect. Yeah, you have to click on it. All right. Saturday, October 23rd, 1943. We might finish the book today. We'll have to see. Rather cold today. Someone said that too. Someone's in Australia. Yeah, 6. So your time is exactly the opposite of ours, I think. That's awful. Okay, I took a little walk. Thank you. Someone had sent that. I took a little walk around the yard. Edna went to CR in the evening, and Miss Kruger came home with her. Helen came and brought me a dressed chicken. Okay, so I'm sure some of you have been here or have caught up with the live recordings, or maybe you've read through the diary. We have been trying to figure out who Miss Kruger is for a while, because it's somebody who he mentions a lot, but he never really mentions a first name with her. It's always just Miss Kruger, and that's very vague. I found her. So I don't know if it would be worth it to show it on here right now, because sometimes like my screen in the background is really blurry, but I can at least show you the picture I found of her, because it's pretty cool. And I have a couple theories about Miss Kruger too, but I'll talk about that later. Let me just show you. That's Miss Kruger. Her name's Nellie. So once I found, I'm trying to move this out of the way. Sorry, I'm like really fumbling today. So once I found her, Miss Kruger, and I found out her name was Nellie, then I searched the diary that we've written so far for Nellie, and it turns out she's around much, much more than it seemed, because before we just knew Miss Kruger and Nellie as if they were separate people, but now we know it's the same people. So, all right, so let's keep going. Brought me a dressed chicken. Yes, Nellie is mentioned a ton, Rachel. And it was never listed as Nellie Kruger, so we never knew it was the same person. Okay. Sunday, October 24th. temperature 42 degrees in the morning. Miss Kruger, there she is again, was here. Unless there's a senior and junior Nellie like Edna. Yeah, he does say actually the two Miss Krugers, but Miss Kruger, the two Miss Krugers would probably be Nellie and her sister. I forget her sister's name off the top of my head, but they both came around, I guess, the two Miss Krugers. Any relation to Freddie? Okay, Miss Kruger was here. Edna and her put my old car up on the jacks and took the battery out. Jeez. Edna's like building her own cabin and fixing cars. That's awesome. Why do we have a diary? What's the tea about it? This diary came from eBay. I have 3 of them, all from the same family. And we've been like transcribing it and figuring out who the person is and putting together the pieces. And we've gotten really far. I feel like we're starting to really know these people. And I reached out to a couple of family members today. Because like I said, this is my April break from school. I'm a teacher. So I had some time and I emailed a few ancestry tree owners that I think might be related. So hopefully we'll hear back from at least one of them. It's always like hit or miss. Sometimes people don't see it or don't respond, so we'll try. I love that Edna was breaking gender norms in the 40s. She's figuring everything he did out. Yeah, it's so true. I love that too. Okay, so Miss Kruger was here. Edna and her put my old car up on the jacks and took the battery out. So I am unsure still. Every time we read this, I'm not sure if this is who is my old car. Like, who is speaking here? Is it Edna Sr. who's talking, the mother? Or is it Todd? So is it Todd's old car or Edna's old car and her daughter's fixing it? I don't know. That's one thing that's kind of confusing. All right. I walked a little, but then, okay, I walked a little in the AM, so it's probably from Todd's perspective, but stayed in bed most of the day. Okay. So he's still not feeling well, and it just seems like he has like up and down days. Some days he's able to walk around, have a good meal. Other days he's in bed and he can't really leave the house. I wonder what those 2 months of no entries were like. It hasn't changed perspective before. This is the only time. So it was in the beginning of July, his entries stopped. Like, okay, I'm gonna hold it up for you. I don't know if you'll be able to see it very well, but his handwriting is very distinctly different than this one. It's more scratchy and long, the letters. So after that big break in entries of about 2 months, someone else is writing, but they're writing from his perspective. So it seems like something happened medically, and now someone else is kind of like continuing the habit, which is very interesting. This one is more legible. Yeah, we've been reading through it a lot faster. I did get used to the other handwriting though, but it definitely, this one is speedier. So Lloyd came out and put up the storm windows upstairs and took the ashes up. Also helped Edna put the antifreeze in the V8. What kind of car is that? I'm thinking like V8 juice, but is V8 Volkswagen? Or is that something else? I put, spent, thank you, Emily, I saw that right after I put, it looks like I put, but spent most of the day in bed. V8 is the engine 8-cylinder. Oh, okay, thanks, I'm dumb. Okay, the engine, thank you, everybody. I'm not a car person. Cool, 8 cylinders. There were a couple comments I missed. Yeah, someone said I'm missing the I before spent. It doesn't, I thought it said I too, but it looks like it says I put most of the day in bed. Or it could be S-P-E-N-T. So I'm just going to put spent. I don't know. I put most of the day in bed. I don't know what that... It doesn't really make sense to me. We are not going to reach the end of his life today, but I do have the diary from 1944, which is the year that he passes away. So we will reach that eventually. We might finish this diary today, though, because the way we're moving, it's pretty quick, especially with this new handwriting. So, the coldest morning this fall so far. Temperature, 8 degrees. Furnace smoked pretty bad today. So we had John Murphy. Did I write the wrong thing? Oh, thanks. Come and clean it this evening. Okay. So yeah, I fixed the 28. It's probably lagging a little bit. John Murphy, we could probably find him. What I have figured out over the course of this week is that Fairfax, Iowa was a tiny town at the time of the diary. It's bigger now, like the higher population, but before it was like 275 people. So what I've been able to do with most of these people is, without having to go through Ancestry and guess a birth year and guess a place, I've been able to just go on findagrave.com, which is like a database for gravestones, and I've been able to plug in the name in Iowa, and most of the time, or in Fairfax, and most of the time these people pop right up because there weren't that many people in Fairfax at the time. And okay, yes, so someone asked, are you doing more diaries after the 1944 one? Yes, we have the 1943 one, which is what we're doing now. We have 1944, and I have 1947. And that's an interesting break because there were tons of these diaries for sale. Not tons, but probably like 15 of them for sale on eBay, all from the same person. But everyone, like different people got different ones because I bid on a lot of them, but I didn't get all of them. And these are just the 3 that I happened to get. But I think that we got lucky with the 3 we ended up with. It's kind of sad that there's other diaries scattered around, but at least we got a few. It'll be interesting to see how the story progresses. The day your dad was born? Oh, happy birthday. Okay. A real nice day. Did not feel so well, so stayed in bed most all day. Edna worked on Mrs. Gibson's cellar door. So all of a sudden, Edna is like a strong, independent woman and is doing all of this work on her own. Someone asked, what are the Weatherman diaries? These are diaries that I bought on eBay. Originally, we didn't know the name of the author, so we called him the Weatherman, just as like a nickname. But now we know his name is Todd. Someone said most all with the slash. I think it looks like that, but it's most all, and then the slash is actually just part of the Y. And if you think, Michaela says, bro, how do you read that? If you think that's hard, you should have seen what we were reading in the beginning, because the handwriting changed. The writer in the diary changed. It's like not going to focus, but oh, whoa, okay. Hopefully I can switch that back. This was the handwriting in the beginning. We do know why the handwriting changed. Well, we know we have an idea. Is he suffered a cerebral hemorrhage, which is really sad, in July. And in July, that's when the handwriting, like the entries stopped. And then they came back. And when they came back, there was a different handwriting. Happy belated birthday to Anglesey. Yeah, awesome. So you're someone who has been here for a while. Because I read another diary, and I researched that one, and I've been sharing that for a long time. So that's cool. All right. Thursday, October 28th, 1943. some people, if you're Gen Z, we stopped learning cursive. Really? Have you ever considered working in archives? Your passion for this is really inspiring. I would love to do that, but I don't think there's a lot of money in that, and I already kind of like chose my career. I love my job, so. But it would be cool. It's really exciting. I'll spend all day doing this. A fine day, a little cool, but bright. Dr. Herman. The way he writes it here looks like Hermam. But I feel like I looked it up and it was spelled Herrmann in newspapers, so I'm just going to leave it. When is your Easter break from teaching? Easter was a while ago, so we didn't really have a break that lined up with Easter, but we have April vacation, which is this week. All right, Dr. Herman called this afternoon. This is the doctor that's been kind of like keeping up with his recovery. Said I was getting along good. How long have we been doing this? Today, just like 20 minutes, but we've been working on this diary. I think we're on like the 6th live reading. So 6 weeks, but once a week. And we blow through the entries. I feel like you guys are getting better and better. We are transcribing a diary from 1943 to try to figure out who the writer was and find out about his life. And I got the diaries on eBay, and someone said, have you heard of the Library of Congress by the People Transcending Project? No, I haven't. I'll have to look that up. Oh, good. You've been watching the YouTube uploads. Thanks for letting me know, because sometimes I'm like, are people actually going to watch this? They're like 2 hours long, but good. I'm glad you are watching it. How long have you been transcribing for? Oh, no, that's okay. Yeah, we've been working on this for a little while now, but not as long as you'd think. If I was doing this by myself, it would have taken a lot longer. All right, a fine warm day. I went out and walked a little, but put in a good... Oh, look at that. That must be a phrase that he used. He put in a good bit of the day in bed. So I guess it was put in. Yeah, Emily. Yeah, cool. Okay, Charles Boland and Stanley something home on a furlough. All right, let's try to figure out this last name. This is when you guys are really good, because what the heck does that say? Someone said, what is this? We are reading a 1943 diary and transcribing it and figuring out who the person was and all about his life. Yes, if you didn't know about my YouTube, I'm uploading everything from my TikTok to my YouTube, just in case, I mean, it seems like things have calmed down a little bit, but just in case we lose TikTok, that's where I'll go. And I'm also putting on all of our live recordings on there. I just typed Bard because someone had said Bard, but some people see a K. Maybe he originally wrote a C and then was like, oh no, it's not a C. Carol. We could go on to find a grave and see. But I don't know if they're actually from the town. Malay, Corral. I'm going to leave it here and I'm going to highlight it. Okay. What's kind of funny is after a while, I'm starting to recognize some of the last names because, like I said, it was a really small town. And some of the names that keep recurring, like Dvorak, they're found in documents relating to other people in the family tree. They all kind of overlap, which is kind of cool. Like, I've seen the name Boland come up just in my research. You think it's Kyle? I don't know. All right, Saturday, October 30th, 1943. Cold, windy day. Thank you, Soffer. Cold, windy day, and in the afternoon it rained very hard. Very hard. Very, very heavy. Lloyd, Francis, and David were here this afternoon brought out some groceries, ice cream, and laundry. Stanley Carell was born in 1923, died in 1973. Awesome. Thank you, Gen Explorer. You really set the scene with the weather, yeah. You know, I'm like typing. I read the words and I type the words, and sometimes I'm not even really thinking about what I'm typing, but thank you guys. Good job, Cad Mom. Good job, everybody. Find a grave in Fairfax. See, that's what our new strategy is, because you can save a lot of time. Oh, I said your last name and you joined in. That's really cool. Okay, so got some, okay, so did I spell that right then? It is. It's K-A-R-A-L. So we're going to find his gravestone or his picture if we can, and we'll put it in the website. That's really cool. It's so cool to be able to connect real people. So found some ice cream and laundry. Lloyd dug some cannas and put in the basement. Edna went to CR in the evening, and Nellie came home with her. Okay, so Nellie keeps coming up now. So now we know that Nellie is Miss Kruger. And someone said, what is a canna? We didn't know last time, but someone said it's a kind of flower. So he said that the cannas were frozen, and now I guess they're not. I don't know. Or maybe he like dug out the bulbs. Maybe that's what he's talking about. Dug the bulbs and saved them. Okay, someone said, is this for work? Do you get paid? No, I don't get paid. I have a different job, but it would be really cool to do that. I wish I could. All right, this is just for fun. How do you get into doing this sort of thing? I just got into it. So the first diary that I found it in an estate sale, and I'd never done anything like this. I just liked history, and I liked finding like little snapshots of people's lives, stuff like that, like old pictures and old diaries and old letters. And I got the diary, started to read it, and I realized that the woman who wrote it was like pretty well known, and her family was well known, and I was able to find a lot of information about her, and I've connected with her family, and it was kind of just like that diary is what sparked this. And then I just started doing this on live like 5 weeks ago. We've just been doing it like every week. So it's awesome. And no, I'm not a history teacher. I'm actually an art teacher for little ones. And I never liked history that much in school because it was just memorizing dates and everything and battles. And it's much different when you get into what history actually is, and it's people's lives. All right. I hope that answered the question I was talking about. When do we get merch? You can get merch whenever you want. You just let me know. I am an artist. I will make stuff for you guys, but that's awesome. Yeah, this is just, I guess, a random diary, but we have 3 of them, so it becomes not random after we start to learn who they are, right? History is art. Yes. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you like it. Do I mean ER? No, the CR, I mean CR because CR means Cedar Rapids. That's how they are, that's how they talk about Cedar Rapids. They live near Cedar Rapids. Sorry, I'm like tripping over my words because I'm reading the comments. You guys are so nice. You make me so happy. And I will make merch then. I don't know what I'll make, but I'll figure it out. Oh, I know what I'll make. I know exactly what I'll make. Okay. I have an Etsy store already, so I'll just make something for the diary and I'll put it on Etsy. And I'll make a video about it. You guys will like it. Okay. A real nice fall day. I went out for a walk in the morning. So he is walking more. That's good. People are trolling in here. This is what I want to see on TikTok. Good. If this is what you want to see, then like, follow, subscribe, share, because that's the only way TikTok will show it to people. And no, you haven't missed much. We've only done like a few pages. We've been doing a lot of talking, or I have. Okay, so we've got a real nice fall day. I went out for a walk in the morning. Kit and Lucille, we still don't know who they are, but Kit and Lucille were here in the afternoon. We went for a short drive. you're currently getting a master's degree in history. Congratulations and good job, because that's hard. I'm getting a master's degree too, but in art education. Still hard, still a lot of work, but I'm sure not nearly as taxing as a history master's. I'm interested, what's your specialty? Or what are you focusing on? Art education. We went for a short drive after they left. We took Mrs. Gibson along. Miss Kruger was here for supper. Does this person have a name? Yes. At first we called him the Weatherman because we didn't know his name. He doesn't have his name written in the diary. But after a while, we sort of put the pieces together and we figured out that his name is Todd Delaney. Wouldn't I rather get master's in library? Well, maybe if I had gone back. But the thing is I went to undergrad for art education to become an art teacher. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm teaching art. And in Massachusetts, where I live, you have to get a master's to continue teaching after 5 years of teaching. So I just kind of I went for art education, but yeah, I guess if I went back and I had done this sort of thing sooner in my life, I may have chosen something different, but. All right, hold on, let me catch up on the comments. I thought this was a woman. Well, Jenny, that's interesting that you say that, because the person writing right now is a woman. Because he had a medical event in July, a cerebral hemorrhage, and then after that, his wife seems to be writing for him. So, good eyes, I guess. I should do this for families and their ancestors. I would love to do that. I would love to do that. I've already helped a couple of people try to track down ancestors. I did one with a painting, figured out who was in the painting and who, who created it and stuff. And then another woman reached out to me, Stephanie, with letters that her mom had received from her mom's, lover, I guess, when she was younger. And she's like, I want to figure out who this guy was and what their relationship was. And I did track him down, but unfortunately he'd passed away and we couldn't really go further than that. But hopefully that could come back. And no juicy stories yet. No, not yet. But we do have an interesting thing that happened where he got sick and now someone else is writing for him. So we put that all together. Okay. Delaney was your grandmother's maiden name. Well, if it's spelled like that, it's not this one, because ours is D-E-L-A-N-Y, and they're from Iowa. First time you've seen the word forenoon. Yeah, he's used it a lot. I'd never seen it before this either. It is a great story, I know. Rachel says it's a great story, though. Yeah, we got really lucky. It's sad, but it's real, I did not feel very well today. Took a short walk in the forenoon and spent most of the afternoon. Forenoon and afternoon. Yeah, we can bring forenoon back. Maybe that'll be on the merch. In bed. Edna was putting the cellar door on her house. So Edna is still building her house. I have exciting news about the houses too, because I think I found pictures of their houses, but I'm not quite sure yet. I want to figure that out, make sure, and then I'll share it with you guys. But I think I figured that out today or yesterday. So the merch that I was thinking actually has to do with the handwriting. I have a way that I could sort of print the handwriting. I'll explain it in a video, but I think it would be really cool and I could make anything with it. Hold on. I came across these on eBay. Thanks for answering that for me. We need to find pictures of the infamous cabin. Yes. Okay, I'll share them. I'll share them maybe today, because I did make a video already. Because I've been having a lot of free time. Okay, Edna was putting the cellar door on her house. Frank, they're not Amish, I don't think, no. Well, they drive cars. So don't Amish not drive cars? I don't think so. How much was this? I never, every time people ask me this question and I still don't check, and I mean to check. But when I got them, they were bidding items. So they started off at $7.95 or something each. and then I was bidding up, and I think I got a couple of them for like 20 something, and then maybe the other one for a little less. I don't remember, but I keep meaning to check that. Why did you name him the Weatherman? It's because he talked about the weather a lot, and especially in the beginning. Okay, so Frank Holitz, maybe someone can look him up, and his wife called this evening. Okay. We could probably find him the same way that we found the others. Blank. Wednesday, November. The only thing I don't like about lives is it's just me talking. Like, I feel like sometimes I wish I heard some of your voices so it wasn't just feeling like I was talking to myself, but it doesn't really feel like that because you guys are commenting. So if you contacted the seller, they might be able to see if the other buyers will send you their copies. Maybe. I could try it, but I doubt that. I feel like that's probably against eBay's terms to reach out afterwards. I could always ask. I did actually message the seller and ask if by chance any of the diaries didn't sell, and he said they're all gone. I said it's Iowa. I may have said Idaho. It's Iowa. You like me talking? Thank you. Sometimes I feel like I talk a little bit too much. But someone said, is he sick? He is recovering from a cerebral hemorrhage. Oh, send me photocopies. Yeah, maybe. I have a funny story about that actually, but let me first type this out. I did not feel very good today. Lloyd came out this afternoon and dug some cannas. He must be talking about the bulbs. And put them in the base. Wait, I've already done this. No. Wow. Did he write almost the exact same entry, or am I having crazy deja vu? Hold on. Did I just go through a time warp? No, here. October 30th. Lloyd dug some cannas and put it in the basement. Okay. And then put the ashes out too, though. So he's doing the same thing. Ooh, that kind of like freaked me out a little bit. Okay. So he did all of this again. And also took the ashes up and emptied them. Edna went to CR, Cedar Rapids, to see the dentist today. Okay, so the funny story that I have, I don't know if, Jennifer, if you're here right now, but I have a awesome viewer who sent me some great information a couple of lives ago about a couple of the people who were in the diary. And that was like a separate thing. I didn't realize, but so I went on Ancestry and I've been messaging people who own trees who I think might be relatives. Haven't gotten any answers back, by the way, but we're waiting. And I had found somebody with a tree on Ancestry that said Delaney Diary, all capital letters. I was like, oh my God, maybe somebody from eBay who bought another one of the diaries that was in the set, like maybe they are also doing their research and starting a tree. And I got so excited and I wrote this long thing and I was like, oh my God, I'd love to collaborate. I'd love to, here's all what I found. I'd love to hear about what you found. And it turns out it was Jennifer all along. It didn't have her full name on the Ancestry account, so there was no way of me knowing, but she was making a tree to go along with the research that we're doing. So there's not another diary, but oh my God, that would have been so cool. I got so overly excited way too soon, But then I felt like an idiot after, because I'm like, I've talked to you on DMs and it was a different picture and it wasn't the full name, so I'll give myself a break. We do know who Edna is. There's actually two Ednas. One Edna is Todd's wife, and the other Edna is his daughter. And we have pictures of that. Someone found Frank A. Holitz, born September 1908, died 1967. That's awesome. If you don't mind, because the TikTok comments totally disappear, if you don't mind, can you send that to my Instagram? And then I can pull from that and put that on our website. I love that. I appreciate that everybody found that information. Thank you. Okay. You want this entry on a shirt. Okay. Nothing unusual happened today. All right, I'll find a way to do that. Okay. It's like a good thing, nothing unusual happening. Okay, Friday, November 5th. Oh, I need to like add extra space. I'm trying to figure out a way that I could stream just like from my computer and have my face too, but instead of like this crazy setup that I have going on. Someone said, what did I miss? I don't know when did you just pop in? You weren't here. You didn't really miss much. There's kind of like, well, we figured out who Miss Kruger was. Miss Kruger is Nellie, and we'll talk about that soon. And what else did we miss? Just a lot of like, he's having a hard time. Like, he's having a hard time. He's tired during the day. He's not doing as much as he used to. Edna's pretty much finishing her cabin by herself, it seems like, which go her, but pretty sad that they can't do that together anymore. And then what else? He seems to be doing a little bit better, like he's talking about walking around more, but it's pretty sad still. The entries are getting shorter, yeah. That's something, it's interesting, like, what you can tell between the lines with that. Okay, so Jake says he needs some background because you're obsessed. That's awesome. We're all obsessed too. So if you need background, I got background on my YouTube page. I have like every single live that we've done archived. I don't know if you want to like get into watching that for a few hours, but if you do, feel free. And if not, I have shorter recaps that are on YouTube and on TikTok, and I have our website, so like you can catch up. I'm not related to him, no. Someone asked if I'm related to him. Yeah, it's really cool. Someone said it's easy to get hooked. It's amazing how many people have come back and how many people are so invested in it. The same thing happened with the other diary I was reading, but it wasn't like live like this. So it wasn't, oh, we're discovering this together. It was more me presenting what I found, a YouTube binge. Yeah. I was thinking because of the year, maybe it was a war injury. That is a good guess. He was 62 at the time of the diary, or 61 though, so I think he was kind of too old to be involved in that. And he, on his death certificate, we can see that he had a cerebral hemorrhage on July 10th, which is the day after the entries have stopped. I don't know when you popped in or how much you kind of like have seen on my page, but the entries that he was writing in the beginning are a totally different handwriting, and then they stop for about a month. Or 2 months, actually. And then in September, they pick up, and it's this different handwriting. So we think someone else is writing for him. Yeah, he may have been in World War I. I can't remember if I found a draft card, but I think it was for World War II, actually. Registration card, but maybe everyone had to register. I don't know. It's hard on live to remember all that stuff off the top of my head, but everything that I found is on the website, which is linked in my bio, so you can definitely browse that. And if you find anything that we haven't found yet, send it to my Instagram. Okay. The entry, nothing unusual happened today with forenoon. Big on the back would be great merch. Okay, I gotcha. We'll figure it out. A nice mild day. I took my usual walk. Not new writing again. So in the beginning of the diary, there was one set of handwriting. Then it was broken. There were not entries for like 2 months. And then when it came back, it was a new handwriting. Do you think this one is different? I don't think so. I think this is I assume the wife writing. Okay, I took my usual walk in the AM and afternoon. Someone said, I think there were 2 Franks. I'm sending you info from friend to grave. Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'll check that out later. A robin incorporated into the shirt would be cute. His most hopeful moment. Oh my God, yeah. Emily, you've been here the whole time. In March, he mentioned how he saw a robin for the first time, and it meant that spring was coming. It was so sweet. It was such a great moment to read. Yeah, maybe like a little picture of a robin. Saturday, November 6th, 1943. A robin would be like a great symbol. Hello, Fifi Trooper. I recognize your name. Thank you for the comment. That was very sweet. Something about potatoes. Oh, good. We're going to get an update on his potatoes. A rainy, cold day. Miss Kruger came out in the afternoon and was here for supper and all night. This is kind of like alluding to a theory I have about Miss Kruger. Robin chilling by a crop of potatoes. Oh, that's so cute. Hi, trash boy. You're new. He's asking, or she's asking what's going on. We are transcribing a diary from 1943 that I got on eBay because we're learning about who it is and we're figuring out like the diary writer's life and his family. Okay, I'll tell you my theory about Miss Kruger because I don't want to like leave you guys hanging. But basically, we didn't know who Miss Kruger was throughout the whole diary. She's mentioned a lot. And then, so Emily, you're getting at what I'm about to say. Emily, we're like on the same wavelength all the time. So Edna is Todd's daughter. Okay, hold on, let me like think this through. Edna is Todd's daughter, and Miss Kruger is always talked about with Edna. And then I did find a article about Edna's grandmother's birthday party, which is like, I'm like really stretching it now, but in that article it said Nellie Kruger. So I was able to go, oh, okay, now we know a possible first name for Miss Kruger, because it was always just Miss Kruger. Like, we can't figure out who that is. But then when we have Nellie Kruger, we can figure that out. And then after that, I've tied, so when you search the diary afterwards for Nellie, she's all over the place. She's here all the time. When I haven't read through the other diaries, but I've cracked them open to just skim, and the name Nellie is all over the place. So she's someone who sticks around. Edna, I'm talking about the daughter. I know, I'm borderline stalking people, but these people have long passed away. So I think it's better than me stalking people who are alive, right? Yeah, so Edna never married. She lived on the property of her father. They built a house for her. And Miss Kruger never married either. So they also worked at the same bank for the same period of time. They had the same job. They were both part of a camera club, and that was mentioned in their obituaries. There were other things too. Like, as kids, they were in the same groups. I have like newspaper articles about that. So I think it could be that she was truly her best friend, but I think that maybe Edna, her sexuality was different than at the time what was the norm, which is really sad. But that's, someone said were they roommates? Yeah, I don't know. Gal pals. But it is really sad. I've come across that a few times in my research, and it's like, it's terrible that people couldn't be who they were. But hopefully she was happy. And at least, instead, oh, poor Edna and Nellie didn't get to live their truth. I know, that's like the sad part. But hopefully they were able to live their truth in some way or another. But, it's different times now. It's still not great now. But someone said, did they move in together? I tried to find any information about that, and I couldn't. It looked like they had separate addresses for their whole lives. It does look like they had spent their whole lives together still. Yes, it does. It's so sad, but hopefully Edna shared her cabin. So some of the things that, when I'm like skimming through the 1947 diary, because I was like, does her name continue to pop up? It does. And this is really actually sweet. Most of the entries, they're saying like, oh, Nellie came over after dinner and stayed all night. Like, Nellie is basically living there. So I think that's probably what's going on. It is kind of romantic, but it's just sad that wasn't really accepted. Obviously, the family was accepting in a way, which is good. But Nellie Jansen Kruger. Okay, so that must be another Nellie Kruger, because if she died in 1922, I think the one that I found was Nellie Ruth. And I can pull up her picture. We're kind of getting sidetracked, but I have to like lean way over to see what I'm doing when I'm changing the tab, but let me find her. I put on a picture on the website on our like slides, I think. Yeah. And I'll put that down for a second. So that's Nellie. That's Nellie later in life in her obituary. And then I listed all the things she has in common with Edna, because I was like sort of leading up to my theory, trying to figure it out. Someone asked how much was it. I don't remember exactly. I have 3 different diaries, and they were 3 different prices. And they were all the kind of eBay listing that you bid on. So they all were different prices slightly, but they ranged between like, I think one of them I got for about $10 and the other ones were like 20 something. I can check for sure another time, but I have forgotten. Family Search. Yes, I have used Family Search a little bit, not as much. I find it harder to search on it, but every once in a while you do find something that isn't on Ancestry or any of the other ones, so it is worth it. Okay, did I not finish this and was here for an all night? I didn't finish this one. Okay. I did not feel so good in the afternoon. And some of you said that this would be an amazing movie idea. Yeah, so the other diary that I read too, it's from 1917, and I think it's even more ready for a movie. The way she writes, she's like having fun in 1917. She's like a rich girl from a wealthy family, and that's really fun. Like that one really reads like a movie. You're sold on that theory, Emily? Me too. I accidentally just like almost blocked somebody. That was an accident. It's like the movie Julia and Julia. I haven't actually seen that. Debbie has been hooked from the start. That's awesome. Glad to have you here. Okay, I'm going to keep going. We've done a lot of talking today. It's more exciting. The further and further we get and the more and more that we put together, that's what makes this so awesome. It's like, yes, typing the diary is fun, but it's even better when we can talk about the people and their relationships and their lives, and we figure it out. Nick Cage already made The Weatherman. Less weather in 1917. Yeah, she didn't talk as much about the weather. She was talking about all the boys who wanted to marry her. This would be as narrated Wes Anderson film. I love Wes Anderson. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Sunday, November 7th. Temperature, 38 most of the day. A very damp day. We did not go for a ride, as we have been doing on Sunday. Thank you for the likes, guys. We've got like 26,000 likes. Oh. I'm so glad you all think this is fun too. Okay. Oh, okay, so we did not go for a ride as we've been doing on Sunday afternoon. Is there an S there? I don't know. Edna went to CR, Cedar Rapids, with Miss Kruger. I never know how to spell it. And then came out here for supper. So she's spending more time with Miss Kruger. I think the more and more we read, now that we have that theory in our heads, I think it's going to start to like come together. I don't like to share my theories before I'm sure, because I don't want to like taint it, you know? But I think that one might be I think it might be heading in the right direction. Someone says, what is she doing? I am reading a 1943 diary. Well, we are, and we're transcribing it together to learn about who the writer is and his life, and we've learned a lot so far, so it's really fun. Okay, so the first snow flurries. It feels like there were snow flurries like yesterday. I was just thinking something like, this was only 1943, so it wasn't that long ago, but can you imagine him now with radar? Like, he'd be on his phone constantly, like, when's it gonna rain? How much is it gonna rain? What's the temperature gonna be? He'd be like, oh, that's funny, just to think about. The first snow flurry of the year. It melted about as fast as it fell. A cold, raw wind, very descriptive. Lloyd and Francis called this afternoon. Lloyd is his son, and Francis is, I put an I, but it's actually an E. Francis is his daughter-in-law, married to Lloyd. Joe, something. We haven't had a lot of words that we've been stuck on. This handwriting is a lot easier to read than the other one. Yenisek. Yeah, that's what you guys think too. How do you spell the last names? Are you talking about Delaney? It's D-E-L-A-N-Y. And all of that information is on my website too. So if you're trying to do research, you can go on to the website, and I have like the birth and death dates of everybody, the names, they're all in the last pages of the, like the slides that I have. Came up. Maybe that loop is from the word below. Yeah. Okay. So Joe split all of the wood we had in the woodshed. I did not feel at all good today. That's so sad. Mrs. Gibson was laid up with a lame leg today. Jesus, family. Mrs. Gibson is his mother-in-law. She's his wife's mother. And she did live nearby, and he was mowing her lawn for her and planting her plants for her and her, you know, all of her potatoes and whatever and beans. But she sold her house recently and moved. And it seems like she was all alone at that point. Her husband had died, so they were kind of taking care of her. I'm not sure where she moved. My website is in my bio on TikTok. There's like a link tree you can click on, and I think it says like the Weatherman blog or something. Thank you, Emily. I saw your message pop up. Thank you for sending me that. Okay. Thanks for all the gifts, guys, too. I miss a lot of the comments and a lot of that stuff because I'm looking at the actual screen behind, but thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. Tuesday. Do you think we're going to finish the diary today? What time is it? 7:30? We might. They're from Fairfax, Iowa. Very, very small town. Small town still, but I think it's like, it's funny. It doesn't really work when my head is small. Thank you, though. I think that, what was I going to say? I think it's like 3,000 people now, which is the same as my town, actually. Tiny town. But at the time, it was like 300. So we've been finding it easier and easier to find people, knowing that the town was so small. There's only one Will Dvorak in town, you know? Nothing unusual happened today. I did not go out any, as it was okay. Wednesday, October 10th. Is that really zoomed in or what? Okay. A cold, windy day. I did not feel at all, I wrote feel twice, good today. Kit, Pauline, and Lucille were here in the evening. I did not see them as I was very nervous. And I think what he means by nervous is shaky and not feeling well. For me, I'm feeling nervous because I'm in front of you guys. Different kind of nervous. Someone said that this is relaxing and energizing at the same time, which is great. And I don't think anyone from Fairfax has tuned in yet, but that would be awesome. I could send them on a trip to take pictures of all the places that we need. We haven't figured out who Kit and Pauline yet, and Lucille. I'm assuming Kit, Pauline, and Lucille are all somehow related because they show up together. So I don't know. I can't stop thinking of the American Girl doll Kit when I hear the name Kit. Okay. Okay, Thursday, November 11th. I'm new here. Do you publish these when you've written them all up? I put them on, I'm keeping a website, so Addie, you shouldn't be nervous. You're superb. Oh, thank you. I have been making a website and I add to it after we do our lives. And I put all of every page that we've done so far on there, and you can view it at any time. You're going to drive across Iowa in July, Oh, really? I thought you were like joking. You're going to drive across Iowa in July and you're going to see how close we'd be. That would be really cool. Please message me if you are nearby. No, not Fairfax, Virginia, Fairfax, Iowa. Very different. When I look up Fairfax, I'm always getting Virginia because it must be a lot bigger and more, not popular, but memorable. I don't know. Okay, hold on. Your father-in-law lives 40 minutes from Fairfax. That would be so cool. I'm pretty sure it's like 2 streets though, so don't expect anything crazy, but they have, you know, you could go to, yeah, kid might go to Todd's church. I don't know. You could go to the cemeteries. You could visit where I can kind of like tell you where the house is. I have found the house, I think, but I don't want to like give out an address to everybody because that would be creepy. You drive that way every Saturday? Oh, cool. Okay, can you message me on Instagram, Gen Explorer? Let me know. Yeah, and if you pass by, you can take some pictures of the town and we can use them in our videos and our website. That would be really cool. Even if it's just like general pictures of the town. Is that where the show American Pickers is from, Fairfax? I don't know. I'm not sure. You could look that up. It might be. And okay, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something. Check the local library. Actually, there is a Fairfax library. I couldn't find a historical society that was tied specifically to Fairfax. I was looking for that because I wanted to find old pictures of the town, and there's like nothing. But the town is so small, so that's why. It's different than out here. We're in New England, so it's, you know, like a lot of old pictures in every town, and it just, I don't know. It was hard to find. LeClaire, Iowa? Maybe it's nearby. American Pickers is in LeClaire, Iowa. So, what was I saying? Anyways, yeah, if anyone can, I think I did go on their library website and I didn't see much that I could access right away, but I was thinking of emailing them. Okay, the coldest morning of the season so far. It was 12 above. Getting cold. I took a couple short walks. Let her write. It's not them. It's me. I just keep talking. Someone said let her write, guys. It's me. I go on tangents. I took a couple short walks today. Edna went to CR today and had the car greased and oil changed. Also, the battery charged. Geez, this car needed a lot of work. Mike Bowler stopped today and brought me a chicken. I wonder, the Bowlers must have a farm. They must have a chicken farm. That name has come up a couple of times, Mike Bowler, and I think I found a picture of him. I think I have a picture on our website of him. I wrote to car instead of car. And had, yeah, I did. Had the. That's what it is. It's the. All right. Friday, November. Oh my God. Can't type. 1943. Cold and windy. I did not feel well today. I had a bad, nervous attack in the evening. That's sad. I found the diary on eBay. Someone asked. Thank you for answering that for me. Okay. I miss a lot of the comments, so I appreciate it when you guys answer those questions. Because we want everyone to know what's going on, right? I tried to pin a comment. Last time someone told me to pin a comment that explained what we were doing. And I pinned it and then it goes away like in 20 seconds or something, someone said. So someone said I put at instead of a. I don't know where. That's okay. I'm just going to leave it for now because I'm not going to be able to find it. Okay, quite a nice day. I went into CR. Oh, I can write a message that pops in when someone joins. Okay, that's what I'm going to try next. to see Dr. Jones. That's a new doctor. Usually he's talking about Dr. Herman. Someone said it's amazing he was clearly suffering from depression and anxiety, but that wasn't diagnosed. He actually had a cerebral hemorrhage in July, and he's recovering from that, but I'm sure he is depressed now that he's laid up and having to recover. He's definitely not feeling well, so that's definitely part of it, but he does have that other piece where he's recovering from having a hemorrhage. So he went into Cedar Rapids to see Dr. Jones. He gave me a good examination and a change of medicine. Nellie came home with us, and stayed all night. Hi, Catherine. It is a fun hobby. How many of his diaries do I have? I have 3. Someone said, can you please adjust the camera? I think we got adjusted. Yes, sorry. You guys are on a tripod. I'm like not good at this, so I apologize. Hello from Cedar Rapids. Hi. Oh my God. If you're from Cedar Rapids, I'd love for you to message me on Instagram, and maybe we can figure out some of these places and get some pictures and even people. I'm looking for a couple of family members, and I think they're still in Cedar Rapids, so it would be awesome if you could, if you could connect us, or maybe you know them, maybe you're, a classmate or something. Nellie came home with us and stayed all night. Someone said that I messed up somewhere. Yeah, I did. All right, let me catch up. I wonder what medicine he took. Yeah, I don't know. What keyboard are you using? It sounds good. I think the keyboard sounds better than it actually is on the live, because it's just like a Logitech Bluetooth crappy keyboard. Every time someone asks me that, so it's K520 if you want to look it up, but it's just like a basic keyboard, and I don't think it sounds as nice in real life. Did you find anything about the pharmacy fire? No, I tried to find the name of the drugstore and I couldn't find anything. Little bit to the right. That must be really loud on your end. Okay. Is that good? And I can always move this too. That might be easier. Okay. Where did we leave off? Yeah, Nellie staying all night. Edna Senior's grave is on Find a Grave, and mother and daughter Edna. Yep. There. Yes, I've that stuff is all on our website too. Someone said there's a misspelling on November 11th. Let me go back. Oh, yep, here. Thank you. Okay. Nellie is Edna's friend, who we think may have been more than a friend. And back then she couldn't have shared that, so. We just put together that Nellie is Miss Kruger, and Miss Kruger is mentioned a lot, and Nellie is mentioned a lot, but they're mentioned it. We thought they were 2 separate people, basically. But now we know it's the same person. Yeah, thank you, Rachel. Okay. So Sunday, November 14th, I felt better today. We took a drive just took a drive this afternoon. Nellie called in the afternoon, left for Jubilee about 5:45, and someone had found that Jubilee was a town. Okay, hold on. I think it's interesting how he uses casual versus formal to address Nellie. Yeah, that is very interesting, actually, because sometimes they'll call her Miss Kruger, and sometimes they call her Nellie. That is weird. Nellie is, off the top of my head, I don't know where Nellie is buried, but she's on Find a Grave, and her name is Nellie Ruth Kruger. And she's, I believe, buried in Fairfax or nearby, so. I can find that exact information and put it on the website too, but I forget off the top of my head. I just saw it today. I just figured this out today. So, hold on. Someone had said something. So sad I didn't discover you earlier. I wish I was here since the beginning. Well, if you want to watch our recaps, or our recaps are like the smaller videos that I make to go over what each month, like what happened in each month. That's all on my TikTok and my YouTube. But I've recorded all of these lives too. and I've put those on YouTube. So they're like 2-hour recordings, but if you really want to, you can go and watch those. And then we also have the website, which is linked in my bio, and that has the typed diary that we're working on, plus a bunch of cool pictures of all the different people that we found. So you can definitely find, like, I've made it so it was easy for people to catch up if they just came in late. Mother and daughter, maybe, the Krugers. I think it's the 2 sisters. There's someone, it is Miss Kruger, but so there's 2 Miss Krugers, and sometimes he says, and the 2 Miss Krugers, like he talks about them like there's multiple of them, and it's Nellie and her sister, and I forget her sister's name right now, but they could both be the Krugers. Okay, I am missing a lot of the comments, but I'm gonna have to keep going, because otherwise we'll get nothing done. Monday, November 15th. Okay. Very chilly today. Temperatures around 30 most of the day. I felt some better today. Did not get nervous any. Nothing unusual happened. Yes, Thomas Todd was named after his father, yes. It doesn't seem like he had a job. Oh, before he got sick. Yes, I read after. He did have a job before he got sick. He was a telegrapher for the railroad. Yeah, or an inspector or something like that. And he worked for the, I don't remember the exact railroad, but in Fairfax and Walford, a neighboring town, he worked for the railroad there. And then someone else said farmer. Yes, he also worked on his farm. So when he came home from work, that's what he did. Temperature, no S. All right. Wasn't Edna named after her mom? Yes, she was. Edna Gibson is the mother and Edna Delaney is the daughter. Okay. All right, that one I already did. Okay, so now we'll move on to Tuesday. You know what I should do is type out the dates beforehand and just move on and like click on them and just keep adding, but it's fine. Was he sick? He keeps mentioning he feels better. He had a cerebral hemorrhage, which is really sad, in July of this year. So after that happened, he stopped writing for 2 months, and then when it comes back, it's new handwriting. So he had a pretty like significant medical episode. And someone said, did Todd and Edna never marry? No, Todd and Edna did marry. You might be confused because of how I worded that Edna never married, because the wife's name is Edna and the daughter's name is Edna. So Todd married Edna, I don't know what year exactly, but then they had 2 children, Lloyd and Edna. And, sorry, I'm reading while I'm talking, and I shouldn't do that. I should look away while I'm talking. Lloyd and Edna are the children, and so there's Edna Sr., which is Edna Gibson, and then Edna the daughter. And Edna the daughter didn't marry. Have you thought about bolding the dates? Help with skimming? Yeah, I should do that. Okay, quick skimming, yeah, I should do that. I'll try to do that from now on. When I put it into the website, oh, it's lagging. Well, I might as well just like relax on it a little bit. When I put it on the website, I have to clear the formatting, so it'll get rid of the bolds anyway, and then I have to go back and do it all again. How do we know which Edna he's talking about? We just have to kind of like guess. And then someone said, I find it a little suspicious, supporting your theory, that when he does not mention Nellie, hold on. You find a little suspicious, supporting your theory, that when he does not mention Nellie, not unusual. I don't know if I just can't read. All right, did Edna mother not take his last name? No, she did. I just call her Edna Gibson to differentiate. All right, did Edna mother not take his last name? No, she did. I just call her Edna Gibson to differentiate them. But she did. It's both Edna Delaney, but Gibson was her maiden name. All right, thank you for not calling her a spinster. Of course not. Okay, people are commenting what it's saying. So I did not feel... Frances is his daughter-in-law, and David is his grandson. Edna was invited down to Helen's for supper. Kit, Pauline, and giving it a minute. Hi, Charlotte. Charlotte, right when you came in, it's lagging. Let me know when you can hear me. Let me know when it stops lagging. Oh, it's better? Thank you. I really appreciate you letting me know. Yeah, Charlotte, it's all your fault. Nice to see you. I forget what I was saying right before I went laggy. This happens. This tends to happen like an hour and a half into all of our lives. It's weird. Oh, you meant he always writes nothing unusual happens today, or Nelly. Oh, okay. I think I get what you mean now. It's hard with the, just reading the comments. Okay, so I don't know what I was saying before. Oh, I was saying, and luckily I just got a new phone, so like right when I plugged it in, it came right back. I'm so happy it let me resume the live. I thought I'd have to start a new one. Oh my God, thank you for staying. Jeez. I panicked. Okay, I'm back. Charlotte, did you keep them busy while I was gone? Jesus. Okay. Thank you guys for staying. That was horrible. You know what I think might happen now? You just talked amongst yourselves. That's hilarious. I didn't know it would stay open. What did it say? Like it was paused? My phone just went, whoa. Oh, I have a thriving comment section. That's good. Oh, I'm glad you guys just had a little chat and hung out while I literally panicked and went to get a charger and was like, oh no, how am I going to let them know? Okay, someone said Todd didn't want his entries to end, yeah. Okay, well, they were mocking my Wi-Fi. Okay, this time though, it's been my Wi-Fi before. This time it was not my Wi-Fi. This time it was that my phone died. That will kill the live and cause the lagging if the phone's dying. Yeah, I've never had that happen before. My phone started off not on like 100% today, and I forgot to plug it in. So, oh. Yeah, but watch, now it'll be laggy just because of the Wi-Fi. I know, you're kidding. I know. But I do have terrible Wi-Fi, so. Okay, well, what I was saying, I'll say it for the third time, because the first time we lagged, and then the second time my phone died. I was saying it's confusing to know which Edna is actually being talked about here, because I think that the wife Edna is writing for him, but she's writing from his perspective. So when she says Edna, is she writing about herself, or is she writing about her daughter? I don't know. Okay, this is gonna be like a little while to get back into this. I really hope that TikTok saves the recording, because that will screw it up. If we don't have the beginning recording, I won't be able to post it on YouTube, but okay. Ridiculous. All right, Wednesday. You guys are like a great bunch of people to like forgive me for that and to just keep hanging out, knowing I'll maybe be back. At least it didn't close completely, so that's good. It just said pause, so. Someone said he might be talking and getting his speech back while Edna writes. Yeah, probably. I think that she's definitely, like, he's dictating for her, I think. Because it's talking from his perspective. But sometimes, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because before he used to write daughter Edna sometimes, like he'd write DTR before Edna, and that would tell us which one he's talking about, but he doesn't really do that anymore much. Okay, a real nice day. That's good. I took a short walk and another wait, hold on, I skipped a whole line. I took a short walk in the forenoon and another in the evening. I was pretty weak as I went to bed early. That's sad. Yeah, someone said his handwriting is probably shaky. His hands are shaky at this point. I would agree, probably. Probably can't write as well. I thought you were talking about my hands when I first read it, because mine are shaky, because I just had a panic moment. And this is where I'm going to start writing 2023, 1943. Okay. Dr. Herman Is this the next diary? In the next diary, is he writing again? I'm not sure. I haven't like read it, but I can grab it and skim. I don't think so, to be honest. I think it's mostly the same loopy handwriting. It definitely starts off that way. I can actually look what I learned how to do. You can see my red face. So it looks like the loopy handwriting in the beginning, and yeah, I don't really see, I don't see any return. You just saw Dr. Jones when Herman was on annual leave. Yeah, maybe. Okay. Dr. Herman called this afternoon. I was not feeling at all well today. Edna went to a ladies' aid supper at the Masonic Hall. Okay, it would be cool if we could find the Masonic Hall. Someone said it's so, not as. So. Oh, it is, yeah. It is. That makes sense. That makes more sense than as. But some people use as like that. The excitement of learning to change the camera. I know, I'm such a dweeb. I'm learning. This is like I've done a couple of lives here and there where I was just talking about the other diary that I read, but I've only done this kind of thing a few times, so each time I'm learning more and more. And you guys bear with me, which is great. You don't make fun of me. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I thought once you decided which way it goes, that was it, but I can back. Okay, Friday, November 19th, 1943. Does that say we? Yes. We. I missed one. What did I miss? I missed one what? What did I miss? Evelyn. I missed one of what? Thank you for the rose. And the likes. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get to 50. That's, I think, more than I've ever gotten. Did I miss an entry? I don't think. Wednesday, November 17th. Thursday, November 18th. The 19th. Oh, you thought I missed a day. Okay. All right. I'm just glad. Wait, the day before this one? Nope. 16, 17, 18, 19. I think I'm good. All right. We went to CR to see Dr. Foster about my eyes. Ooh, so maybe we can find an eye doctor named Dr. Foster. Oh, it's okay, Evelyn. It's okay. I think a few people did. I wonder why. Wonder what I did. My favorite lives to watch. So nice being able to interact. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I think it's awesome that you guys are interacting too. This is fun for me to do just by myself. I'm pretty good at entertaining myself, but it's so much more fun with you guys. I know a lot of people thought I missed one, so there must have been some reason. Maybe I did something that looked confusing, or I don't know. Okay, so we went to CR to see Dr. Foster about my eyes, as they seemed to bother me a lot. He said my eyes were good, and I did not need my glasses changed. Thank you for the hand hearts. Cool. Okay. Saturday, November 20th, 1943. I did not feel very well in the afternoon. Oh my God, wow. You guys are sending a lot of likes. Thank you. This is fun. I did not feel very well in the afternoon. Miss Kruger came out in the afternoon. Edna and her raked the south side of yard. Pete fixed our something. Pete fixed our telephone. Thank you, guys. Got that right as I also saw those comments come in. Oh, telephone line. Yeah, would have helped if we looked at the next word. Sometimes you just got to look ahead. Fixed our telephone line, which had not been giving very good service. Just like my telephone line. Junior came home today and surprised everyone. Who's Junior? Junior might be one of the sons of Lloyd. Because one of the sons is in the Coast Guard and he's stationed away somewhere. I don't know. I had read that, so maybe that's who's coming to surprise them. He will have to go back to camp Thanksgiving Day. Oh, we hit 50,000. Thank you. That's so fun. I bet his internet wouldn't have been great in his location either. Yeah, probably not. That's so funny. You were thinking it's not a telephone. They didn't have that back then. I forgot they did. Yeah, it's different. So I read the 1917 diary, and they're like, telephone was just becoming a thing. So like, not everyone had them, but now it's 1940, so they do. But it's hard to put yourself in that time. Like, what did they have? What didn't they have? What was normal? What wasn't? Sunday, November 21st. All right, what do you guys think? Are we finishing the diary together today? We might be able to. It might be too much, but a bad day for me. I feel like we couldn't leave it at like December. If we get to December 15th, we can't leave it then. We have to keep going, so. Okay. All right, I have hope too. That means I have to stop talking and start typing though. So, a bad day for me. Sad. I was very nervous. He's saying that more and more now. And by nervous, someone had asked what he means by nervous. He probably means like shaky, like not like nervous, like anticipating something, but more like physically shaky, and I think it might be Parkinson's. He had a cerebral hemorrhage in July. I'm not a nurse, or a doctor, so I don't know like how a cerebral hemorrhage happens. I think it's, when I looked it up, it was, what was it called? Arteriosclerosis. And I think that's related to cholesterol usually. So it could have been just something like a health issue that was over time that resulted in this. Or it could have been something that happened that triggered it. I don't know. It's basically a stroke. Yeah, so that makes sense why he would have to be recovering so much and that he would have all these neurological symptoms from it, which is just like awful to even think about. And he obviously couldn't write anymore. And walking is, even if he didn't have to, like maybe he didn't have to relearn how to walk, but walking was a big deal. So he was at least like having a hard time moving and getting really tired. Yes, so we know he died the next year. Was it from the hemorrhage? Yes, he died from a cerebral hemorrhage, and then it said in the notes on the death certificate that he had his first cerebral hemorrhage on July 10th. And that's the day that the diary entries stopped, which is sad. And like really, just, I don't know what words to, like how to put it into words, but it's just like real. It's weird. Okay, so we took a drive in the afternoon over around the colonies. He's said this before too, and it was in his handwriting before, so it was hard to read, and we didn't know if it said colonies actually, but it does say colonies. So that must be just what they call the towns around there or something. Maybe someone who's from Cedar Rapids, someone said they were from Cedar Rapids. Amana colonies? Okay, maybe that's it. Is that what those, are there like multiple towns called Amana? And there's Amana colonies. Okay, maybe that must be it. Miss Kruger was along. All right. They're doing a lot more driving now too. Maybe because he's not really like working and he has a lot more time to just, I don't know. He can't really walk around as much, so maybe they're taking him out for drives. All right, a fine day. I went for a walk in the AM. The weather also doesn't seem to be as bad, like as cold all of a sudden. Lloyd and Francis came out in the afternoon, and Lloyd hauled the ashes up, and he and Edna got the sewing machine down at Mrs. Gibson's house. I felt pretty good today. What month did he die? I don't remember off the top of my head, but I think it's September. That information, you could find it on Find a Grave, I think. And I probably have it in my website, but I might not have the month. All right, so they took the sewing machine down at Mrs. Gibson's. Mrs. Gibson is his mother-in-law. She's like, I don't know, she's older at the time, like over 80, I think. All right, Wednesday, November 24th, a fine day. We went to CR this afternoon. I went to see a chiropractic doctor and had an adjustment on my neck. Helen called and brought me a chicken. He likes chicken. And in the evening, Millie came and brought me a basket of fruit. Someone said they go into Cedar Rapids a lot. Yes, I think that because their town was so small, pretty much everything that was happening in Cedar Rapids. So many ladies coming. Yeah, I know. Someone said, what is this? We're transcribing a diary from 1943 and figuring out who the diary writer was and all about his life. Oh, we're on Thanksgiving Day. Cool. Special. Thanksgiving Day. We had our dinner at home. Does that say sent Mrs. Gibson's over? Oh, sent her dinner over. Okay. Sent Mrs. Gibson's over as I was not feeling well. That doesn't really make sense, but oh, maybe like they didn't have her over because he wasn't feeling well. Okay. Helen stopped to see me in the morning. I don't know who Helen is. Okay. Junior. Oh. Does that say Junior Clarence? Okay, this is cool. This is really cool. And Catherine. Lavorne called in the PM. I'll tell you why this is cool in a second. Junior left tonight for the camp in... That's a tough one because there's a lot of other letters that Oh, California. Calif. Some of you think it's Lavon. I think it's Calif. Nellie. Oh, okay. Nellie and Irene. So Irene is Nellie's sister that I was thinking about earlier and couldn't remember her name. Ooh, 60,000 likes. Oh my God, that's incredible. So weird and so cool. Okay, Nellie and Irene, their sisters, came out and got Edna and went to a show in the evening. Okay. So when I was like, oh, that's because I recognized this name Clarence and Catherine. I was working on the family tree earlier today, and Clarence is, I'm not going to remember exactly how he's related, but Clarence is, I think is Edna's, either Edna's brother, or he's related to Edna somehow, the wife Edna, so Edna Gibson, and then I'm pretty sure he marries Catherine. So those were just names that I recognized. But once I put all this into the website, I will verify that. And I have pictures of those people. So if they are the correct people, I'll put their pictures with them. That's always fun. I love doing that. It's like my favorite part, sticking the pictures in there. So if you haven't looked at the website, I go through and I add pictures all the time of places and people that are mentioned. And I'll try to put links to wherever I got the picture. So then you guys can all look at that too and help with the research, because you guys are awesome. Okay, a raw chili day. I did not go out much today. The website it's like a blog that I make. It's just on my TikTok. If you click on the link tree, it's like in my bio. I'm pretty sure it just says link tree. It'll have a bunch of buttons, and one of them is a blog. It's hard to describe. I'm sorry. I should know what it looks like, but I only know what it looks like on my end. Okay. A raw chili day. I did not go out much today. We went in to see Dr. Nabert in the evening, but he was not in. They started husking corn in the fields by us today. All right. Yeah, trying to see the doctor the day after Thanksgiving. It's weird that they went in and he wasn't there. Like, they must have not had an appointment, so hopefully nothing happened. Maybe just because he wasn't feeling well. Okay, Saturday, November 27th. I did not get out much today. Miss Kruger came out this afternoon and stayed tonight. Edna raked leaves tonight. All right. We're going to make it through the year. I was not feeling... I type fast. Thank you. I've always been a fast typer. I make a lot of mistakes, though. I was not feeling so well today. We did not go out at all. Edna and Nellie raked leaves and had a bonfire. Someone said, what are we doing? We're reading a diary from 1943 and transcribing it. Thank you. I found it on eBay. Thank you guys for sending that, for answering those questions. Edna is a queen, for real. She works hard. I know. I agree. She's cool. She was working on cars. I don't know if you were here, but she was working on cars in October, like putting them up on the lift. What was she changing? She wasn't changing the oil, but she was doing something. Greasing the car or something. And then putting in her cellar windows all by herself, mowing the lawn. So Edna, the daughter, lives with her parents. Yes, right now they're currently, it seems like, building a house for her. Yeah, they're literally building a cabin. So it sounds like it's on the same property. And she's having her own house now. And that's a good question. How old was Edna at the time? I want to say in her 30s. I think she was born in 1909 or 1910. I don't remember. But, she was replacing the battery. So, they're building her own house, and she lives in that for the rest of her life. A nice day. We went to CR in the evening to see Dr. Nabert. That's also a new doctor. Edna's 1909. Thanks, Emily. Mrs. Sadalek gave me a dressed chicken. So it seems like people are cooking for them. That's been happening a lot. Before Dr. Nybert was a chiropractor. That's cool. You're imagining chickens in outfits. That's funny. I don't think so, but that is funny. Yeah, we're at December. And we're at 22. Okay. I forgot what I was saying before that. That thought is gone. A fine, mild day. Dr. Herman called this PM. Found my blood pressure normal. You're thinking of Chicken Run, the claymation movie? Oh my god. Now I'm not going to be able to not think about that. Oh, okay. Yeah, so there seems to be confusion about the ages. Edna is his daughter. She's in her 30s, late 30s, I think. I don't know. And then Todd, he's in his 60s. And Todd's wife, Edna, because there's two Ednas, is probably around the same age. I knew someone was going to say the dot after P. Okay. Thursday, December 2nd, 1943. Temperature around 30 today. I took my daily walks today. I felt pretty good today. These sentences are very redundant. Charlie Stallman hauled us a load of cobs? Is that like corn cobs? Cons? Cobs? A load of cobs. That would make sense because... No, it doesn't say cakes. That would make sense because he was just talking about how corn was harvested and husked, so... People are giving him... Oh, cobs for the fire. Oh, okay. So would cobs be like what's left over after you eat corn? Or would that be they're giving him corn? I don't know. Thanks. Whoever said the comma after December. Yes. Okay. Well, you know what's kind of cool? Side note. My friend owns a house. They just bought it, and it's from like the 1700s. They used to use corn cobs as insulation. Oh, we'll check that in a second. Hold on. Someone said what happened to Tuesday. They used to use corn cobs as insulation in houses. So they found old corn cobs in their walls, which is cool. Someone said what happened to Tuesday, and I need to figure that out too. Wednesday. Okay. I must have not taken a picture of Tuesday. Thanks for catching that. So we'll go back and do that now. So that must be 31st. You guys are on point. All right, so what I'll do is I'll just open up to the actual diary. What? Oh, it's 30th. Okay. Okay. So, I don't know if you guys want me to, like, put it up for you, if you want to actually read it. It's going to be harder because it's the actual diary, but I see a nice warm day, just like a spring day. Lloyd and Francis came out this PM, and Lloyd took the ashes up and emptied them, and did some work on the pump in the pump house. Okay, so I'm going to just type that quick. See how much easier it is when I take the pictures? A nice warm day. Just like a spring day. Lloyd and Francis came out this PM. You guys can just talk amongst yourselves like you did when I was gone for a couple minutes. That is so funny. I thought I was going to come back and everyone was going to be gone. Okay, came out this PM and Lloyd took the ashes up and emptied them. Okay. I'm assuming he's talking about taking the ashes from the furnace Emptied them and did some work on the pump in the pump house. Someone asked if this is from Canada or from the United States. It's from the United States in Iowa. All right, December 3rd. Pretty good. I'm so tired. It's only Tuesday. The way you typed it is satisfying. Thanks. Okay. Now we got to go back here. I did not foresee the typing to be a part of this, like that people commented on and liked, so I'm glad that you like it. I think it said coconut cobs. I think it said cobs because he was talking about corn. You have standardized testing tomorrow. Ugh. Good luck. I'll put this recording on YouTube, so you should just go rest. We're only going to be, we'll finish the month out because, I mean, we started December. We can't stop now. And then that'll be a great place to stop, and we'll pick back up next week. Another nice day for the month of December. Nothing unusual happened. I felt pretty good. I'm from Massachusetts. Someone asked me where I'm from, I think. Yeah, maybe when we start our lives, Rachel said, what's the weather like for you all? When the live starts, we should all report on how the weather is in all of our different places. That's hilarious. Here, it was a cloudy day. I was outside for a little while and it started to rain and I came inside. But then it didn't really fully start raining, so that's funny. That's a great tradition to honor him. Okay, a nice day. Ooh, this one, like the writing is very dark. Edna went to CR this evening. Miss Kruger came home with her. Cloudy and windy in Dallas. Sunny and 50. That's nice. It was about 50 something today. All right. Sunny and hot in the New Mexico desert. Fair day. And we'll have to use his same terminology like raw wind. What direction was the wind in? Oh, man. That's definitely how I'm starting it off every time now, though. We're all going to tell each other what the weather's like. That's what we'll do while we're waiting in that awkward space when the live first starts. And I don't know if I should get going yet. That's what we'll do. We'll talk about the weather. A nice, bright morning, but it got cloudy. It's funny. Now he's telling us how the weather is for him. During the day and about supper time, it started to rain. Quite heavy. The first rain for a long time. I'm surprised it's not snowing by December in Iowa. I would have thought that it would be snowing by then. Lloyd, Francis, and the boys came out in the afternoon for a short while. Nellie stopped a while in the PM on her way to Jubilee. Okay. 3 degrees in Ontario right now. That's awful. Ugh. Did we figure out why the writing changed? Yes. He had a cerebral hemorrhage, which is awful, on July 10th. So the handwriting, the entries stopped on July 9th, and then they came back in September. And when they come back, it's different handwriting. We think it's his wife writing for him. All right. Did December 5th. Okay, Monday, December 6th. My God, we're at 70,000 likes. That's unbelievable. Thank you guys for being here. In Canada at this time, that's a luxury, really. Whew, I don't think I could do it. Canada is beautiful, though. I'd love to go visit. Maybe in the summer. It rained some early this AM. I guess you probably get used to it. The weather, you know. You must have really warm clothes It rained some early this AM, but cleared up during the day. I took my usual walks today. Nothing of importance happened today. That's sad. He always had something to say. In the beginning of the diary, he always had something to comment on, like, oh, the corn is 2 inches tall today, and now he's kind of just like, nothing important happened. He's not out and about like he used to be. We went to CR this afternoon, so we know that means Cedar Rapids. And I had a tooth pulled. Oh my God, he's had multiple teeth pulled in the past couple of months. Had a tooth pulled. This was This was the 4th one I have had pulled since I was sick. That's the first mention he's specifically said I was sick. A very nice day for this time of year. Edna went down to Knowles. I don't know if that says Knowles. And what does that say? Hammy? Reads? Hanny? Fanny? Is it F? Franny? Can you tab the day so it's on the same page? I can, yeah. I'd have to do that. Harry? Oh, yeah, maybe it's Harry. Fanny reads? Okay, we'll have to figure out. I'll put Harry, Fanny. It could be any of those things, but we can find that out. We can figure out who, because this town was so small that if those people are from town, we would be able to find them. It's okay. I'm, like, bad with the formatting, and I think I should figure out a better setup anyways, but I'm just on, like, a regular Word document, so. Okay. The N is, like, in Herman. Yeah, the double N. All right. Looks like Harry to you, same as the F on the last page. Cool. You guys are great comparing between pages. You're doing better than I am. Okay, Wednesday, December 8th, 1943. I did not feel at all good today. I suppose it was the effects of the Novocaine. From getting his tooth pulled. It's funny, I say it and then he says it. I took to get my tooth pulled. A very nice day. No news of interest. Okay. So, because someone said, can someone please tell me what she's doing? I'm reading a 1943 diary. We're reading it together, really. And we're transcribing it to figure out who the writer is. And someone said, how far are you from Springfield? I'm like probably an hour and a half from there. I'm 90% sure it's Hammy. Okay. It might be Hammy. I will add that to the / monstrosity. Oops. Okay. No, we're not back to his handwriting. It's still the other handwriting. Do we know anything about their locations? Yes. It was in Fairfax, Iowa, which was a very small town just outside of Cedar Rapids. It is. I said was, but it is still a town. It's bigger now. Like, the population is a lot higher, but back then there were only like 300 people there. Thursday, December 9th. You know what I should do with this? I should just, like, make the format eliminate the whole page thing at all. It should just be continuous, because there's really no reason to have the pages. It's weird that you normally never see a mistake in their writing, but 2 mistakes in this entry. Are there mistakes? Mistakes that I made, or mistakes that you're reading? Emily said, did we find an actual obit write-up for daughter Edna? Yes, I have one. I don't know if I put it on the website or not off the top of my head, but there is one in the actual journal. Okay, what was a mistake? I don't know. December 9th is your birthday. I never know what to say, like happy birthday, but it's not today, but happy birthday in the diary. This is blank anyways, so I'm just gonna put that. 80K, thank you. Thanks for the update too, because I'm not like watching that. The website that I'm talking about is like a little blog that I made, and it's on my TikTok. You can click on the link tree. It'll have a link to my YouTube, to everything, and on it also says a link to my blog. And that is where I'm putting all of the typed entries that we make, and I'm putting like pictures of people that we find and places. Hello. Someone said they knew what's going on. This is not a diary that I'm related to. This is something I got off of eBay. And we've been figuring out who it belongs to. And the goal is to eventually, after we do our research, to eventually return it. And I'm in the process. I've reached out to a few potential relatives, but I don't know. I haven't gotten any answers yet. But I always love watching you do these. They're so fun. And I hope you find out who it is. Thanks. We did find out who the writer is. His name's Todd Delaney. And I hope that I hope I can connect with relatives if that's what you mean. That's what I'm working on right now. Okay, I walked downtown. Oh, he walked downtown. Usually he's just kind of walking around the yard. The first for over 2 months. Someone's going to tell me that there's 2 words here, not 1. So I'm going to... Delaney, yes, you did. But it's spelled Delany. And I will tell you, yeah, I'll tell you if I connect with relatives for sure. That'll be part of this whole thing. I only just reached out to them today, so I'll give them a little while. Sometimes it's tough because I'm reaching out to them through Ancestry, which, like, I'm logged into Ancestry every day, but not everybody is, so. I stopped to see Helen. Went to the bank and met some of the people on the street to talk to. That is so sweet and sad. He probably hasn't seen people in town in so long. Oh, your last name is Delaney, but it's spelled 2 L's and an E. Yeah, his only has 1 L and no E. But yeah, it's sad that he's just talking. What's the most memorable thing that you've read? I think what sticks with me, there was one entry in I think it was like March, the end of March, yep. And it was Edna's birthday, his daughter's birthday, and he talked about how he saw the first robin, because it was a really long, hard winter, and every day he was talking about how horrible the weather was and how cold it was, and the frost wasn't melting, and like nothing was growing or thawing. And then he said, oh, like, we saw the first flock of robins today, and it just was, like, such a little sweet moment. So that's what my favorite has been so far. But everybody else's, their favorite is the one that he said that nothing unusual happened today. Maybe we'll make some merch about that. People want merch. That probably was good for him to interact with people. I know, I can almost, like, people were talking about how it's kind of like a movie. And that is one thing I can picture this entry. Like, I can picture him walking slowly through town, building up the strength. And people going, oh my God, like, Todd, haven't seen you in forever. How are you doing? I'm sure they've heard that he was sick. It's so sad. You have personal journals from your 5th great-grandfather, 1889 to 1930. That's awesome. That's so cool. You should transcribe them just for yourself so that, you know, if anything were ever, or scan them at least, so that if anything were ever to happen to them, you would have them digitally. And then another thing, I was talking to a museum director, another diary that I read, this is like a whole other tangent, but I read another diary from 1917, and I've been like chin deep in research with that, and I have been talking with a museum where the diary writer, her family like has association with that museum, and I'm going there. It's like really cool, but that's like another story. But they told me another good reason to scan it would be so that once you scan it, you can interact with the scanned pages and read that and flip through instead of flipping through the actual diary, and like then you can just preserve it. So that was like another reason they gave me that would be a good reason to scan it. I was worried about scanning old documents because I was like, oh, is it going to damage it? But they said that it's not really going to damage it. And then if you're worried about damaging it, you can actually just take high quality photos of each page, which is what I might do because I don't want to squish the diary down to scan it. So I might I have like a DSLR camera, and I might set it up on a tripod and just take pictures of each page, and they'd be like really large files, but I don't care. You have a film on DVD of your great-grandfather talking about World War II. That's so cool. Have you come across any entries about World War II? Yeah, he's talked about a couple of people who have gone away to various like camps or like training camps or the Coast Guard. And then he did talk about war ration books, and he also talked about a specific battle. Or a specific, not a battle, but like it was something about, I think it was a battle in Africa in the beginning of the diary. If you go onto my website and look through the little scanned diary, you can see that. There's a lot of questions that I didn't answer, but the app Genius Scan, I have an app on my phone that scans too, but it depends what you want to do with it. Like if you want it to be a really high quality photo or scan, you might have to do something other than a phone, but it's better than nothing for sure. And no, this isn't my job. This is just like a hobby. First name of the writer, yes, his name is Todd Delaney. Thank you. Jenny, nearly 100K. Holy crap. Wow. You guys are awesome. Okay, I need to keep typing. Quite chilly with a strong wind. Edna went to see this evening. Miss Kruger came out with her. I walked down to the lumber yard and stopped at the bank today. Okay. So he's doing more walking. He's actually going places. Do you have any recommendations for a better photo translator than Google? Are you talking to me or are you talking to someone else in the comments? Because I don't know anything about photo translating. I don't know if that was a conversation that was happening in the comments, but I don't really do translating from photos. I'm like physically doing this right now. I'm reading it and typing it. Sunday, December 12th, 1943. Oh, okay, cool. You guys are like talking about that in here. How much did I spend on the journal? Someone said 10 to 20. Yeah, thanks. I'll find out for you guys. I keep forgetting to actually look at that, but it was they were each different prices because they were all the type of eBay listing that you bid on. And I'm mad because some of the other diaries that were up there, because there were like probably 15 of them all from the same person, some of them went for like the original price, like $7. Because after I got a few of them, I was like, okay, I gotta stop because I think I had hit, I'll have to look. Maybe some of them were more than 20 because I remember being like, I'm kind of getting sucked into this. I should stop. I've got 3. I'm good because I'm going to keep bidding and bidding and bidding. But some of them went for like the original price and I was so mad. Okay, a very windy and raw day. Miss Kruger was here for supper. Edna and her put the banister up in the stairway this afternoon. Cool. Building away. Someone said rainy in all capital letters, so I don't know if that means I messed something up. Edna Senior and Edna Junior. Yep. I have letters from, you have letters from your grandfather from World War I and II, but Google has trouble with cursive German. I'm sure Google does have trouble with cursive German. Google probably has trouble with regular, like not regular, because that's not, English is not regular, but I'm sure that Google has trouble with cursive English too, any kind of cursive. So what I recommend for that, because actually I've had an experience like this. There's a lady named Stephanie who reached out to me who had letters from her mother's lover when she was younger, and they were all in French. And she was like, oh, I need to translate these. I can't speak French, and I want to figure out who he was and, like, put together their story. And I took 4 years of French in high school, so I was like, oh, I can try. And I was like, I was moving through them, but at a snail's pace, because it was 4 years of French, but it was not like, I'm not fluent, to say the least, and to have to read the cursive, and it was just really tough. So I told her, I'm like, I'm working on this, but I'm not going to get a good translation from him. I'm not going to get the true meaning of the letters, I don't think. So she ended up finding someone who is a French translator. So if you are having trouble, I don't know if you can speak German, but if you can't, maybe you can find something online, like, is Fiverr, like, just for technology contracts and stuff like that? But you could find someone who could read the cursive German and type them out for you. You'd have to pay them, but that would be worth it, I think. Okay, you can kind of make out the letters. She does this a lot, and you can recognize certain ones. Oh, are you talking about the handwriting? Banister. The banister. Okay, thanks. Okay. Thank you, I fixed it. Okay. Monday. I think this is lagged on my end because I fixed something and then 10 more people send to fix it. Okay. Monday, December 13th. Why did someone say, am I frozen? Oh, 100K. Woo! That's awesome. Oh my God. Wow. That's the most by far. I've gotten like 30K before, and that was great. And this is insane. Wow. Okay. The coldest morning of the season. That's wild. So far. And the craziest thing is, like, I've never liked to be on camera. I've never enjoyed this. And this is like, this feels natural. You guys are great. Temperature exactly 0. I just walked as far as Mrs. Salek's today, as it was so cold. Thank you, Debbie. Okay, Tuesday, December 14th. We are getting through this year. We're finishing the diary. We have another one, don't worry. We're going to move right on to the next one next time. I would be really sad if it would be a different mood if we were getting to the end of the diary and we didn't have another one. I'm going to have to start, like, buying more diaries, though, so that we can keep going. Is it ever mentioned where he lived? Yeah, he lives in Fairfax, Iowa, and this helps with your anxiety. That's awesome. Okay, it was 8 below 0. This morning. I did not go out any today. Felt a little better than usual. Okay. Felt a little better than usual. Wednesday. Oh, okay. Someone said, what am I going to do with my typed version? I've been adding, every time that we do one of these lives, which has been like 5 or 6 times by now, I've been adding them to the website that I'm keeping. It's a blog type website, and it's in my bio. If you click on the link tree, so like in my TikTok bio, you click on the link, and then there's a website that I made, and like in that website I have the Google Slides where I just dump all this stuff, and I make it like a little scrapbook. I put all the pictures of people we found and places, and I think it's pretty cool. I love working on it. I like just sit here and fiddle with it all the time. Okay, temperature 10 below. I did not feel good today. Felt like I was taking a cold. Did not go out any. Maybe, so someone, once in a lifetime girl asked me for a specific date. Maybe at the end, when we finish the month, that's what I can do for a little while. But if we start skipping around, I'll never finish. You started your grandfather's World War II letters because of you. Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm going to have to figure out what we're doing after these 3 diaries because, man, we're like plowing through it and I don't want to stop. We still have time. Like, we still have other diaries to go through, but we need, I need to start searching for another story. The issue is, I mean, we might find something and it would be totally boring, but the temp is in Fahrenheit because we're in Iowa in this diary. I missed a day? I did. Did I miss another day taking pictures? Yeah, wow, I'm slacking. Or maybe they didn't all upload or something because I take them on my phone and then they send over to my iPad, but thank you. Let me put Thursday, December 16th, not 2019, 43. Okay, so I will, oh, maybe it's blank. Yeah, that's possible. Let me check. Oh my God, it's crazy that when I'm flipping through, look how much we've done. That's insane. We just started this, I feel like. Okay, hold on. We're at 16th, December 16th. Yes, it's blank. I was like, oh, I'll remember that probably when I took the pictures and then I didn't. But do we know how many more years we have for him? So we have 1944, which is the year after this one. So 1943 and 44. And then I have another one from 47. So there's 2 more. And it'll be interesting to see like how that progresses. I don't know, because he does pass away in 1944. So I don't know who's writing in 1947, but it's definitely the same family. How did they preserve the pages? I assume that it was just that they weren't really flipped through. I don't know, because they are, you're right, they're very clean. And I guess they just probably weren't touched. And then I usually when those kinds of things go on sale on eBay, they're usually picked up from an estate sale of some sort. So they were probably all together in someone's collection and they sold them off. And they sold them all separately, which makes me sad. But I said this before, I probably wouldn't have been able to afford it if they were all sold together. Okay, quite a nice day. Edna went to CR to do some Xmas shopping. Someone said, you may not know the answer to that, but I'm curious, but I don't know what you asked, so hold on. How did they preserve the pages? Oh, yeah, I don't know. I think they just probably didn't flip through them. And this is like just a picture of the pages that I took. I was thinking whoever was writing for him may write for themselves as a coping of his passing. Yeah, we'll just have to see. It's kind of sweet that they continue the tradition because obviously he was like an everyday writer and he doesn't mention how old he is, but we figured it out. He's like 61 or 62 right now. And someone said, what are you going to do with the diaries when they're done? I'm hoping to return them to a family member. I've reached out to a couple as of today and I haven't gotten any answers yet, but it was just today that I messaged them, so maybe we'll get an answer. Okay, December 18th. Oh, that is December 17th. I went to CR and had a treatment from Dr. Nybert. Edna took me in the evening, and Miss Kruger came home with me. We know what CR is. Yes, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. That's like how they abbreviate it in this diary. So they lived in Fairfax, Iowa, which is like 20-minute drive from Cedar Rapids. But it's a tiny little town, so they seemed to go into Cedar Rapids for anything that was worth doing. Lloyd and Francis came out on the mail train this morning as it was Edna's birthday. Okay, so that must be the other Edna's birthday. And brought a plant. So Edna, I missed an N on the 18th of December. I went to CR and had a treatment from Dr. Nybert. Edna took me in the... Oh, they did 2 ins. Okay. So you want me to stay true? Took me in... Oh, well, I guess no. Edna took me in the evening. Maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe it's just... All right. Us, not me. Can you tell I'm getting tired? This is what happens when I get tired. I stop being able to type. It does. Say us. I stop being able to read. Okay. So what I was saying before, Edna, the daughter, her birthday was March 16th. And I remember that because the Robin thing happened that day. So this is the wife Edna's birthday. Thanks, Emily. Edna's birthday and brought a plant. They were here for breakfast and then went back to see what does that say? That doesn't, oh, CR. Okay, so CR with, I thought that was one word and I was confused. Went back to CR with Edna and Nellie when they went to church. Edna cleaned up some in the woodshed to make a place for a load of wood. Someone said, do you plan on publishing this anywhere so we're all able to read it in the end? Yes, I've been posting it on a blog that I'm keeping. Every time we do one of these lives, afterwards, I go and post it on the website. Thank you, Michaela. Yep, thanks. It's in my bio. Oh, this is really blurry. I think we could still read it, though. It looks worse in the real life. Okay, but it's December 21st, so I gotta check if I skipped one. God, I'm really slacking here. Okay, yes, so December 20th actually does have an entry, but it's... you guys are gonna like this. Nothing... Oh, it's flipped. Okay, I'm just gonna do it this way. Nothing unusual today. So, this is actually Monday. December 20, 1943. Nothing unusual today. Favorite entries. Okay, now we're gonna work on this really blurry one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm slacking. I've been really good at now. Of course, I can't read it. Something down as far as... Oh, I walked. You can even read that. Good job. You can read that blurry. That's amazing. Especially you're reading it blurry through my phone, too. I walked down as far as the lumber yards today. Quite cold. All right, hopefully the next one's better. Did I write? Oh. Such an idiot. As I was taking pictures, I probably realized that one was blurry. Took another one. This was a while ago that I took these pictures, so I forgot, but should have just looked ahead. Whatever, we could still read it. Good thing it wasn't a really long one. Okay, Wednesday, December 22nd, 2 above 0 this morning. I did not go out for my walk today. So the entries are getting really short. They must be pretty busy, though, around, because I said they were Christmas shopping. The weather's getting worse. He also has to rely on, it's not just like him writing in his diary, he has to rely on whoever's writing for him to be there at the same time, ready to do that. Well, now we know their house will be near lumber yards. Yes, and I haven't shared it yet because I haven't totally, guaranteed or, proven that this is their house, but I think I found their house. I think I found Edna's cabin and Todd's house, so I'm going to share that soon. And, I've already made a video, a template video for it, so I'm going to add to it and then post it in a couple of days. How do I know someone's writing for him? Good question. When we first started reading the diary, the handwriting was different. It was, more scratchy and the letters were longer. And then in July, the entries stop for 2 months. And then when they pick back up, someone else is writing. Like, it's a different handwriting. And we figured out, thanks, everyone who's commenting, we figured out that he suffered from a cerebral hemorrhage in July. And it seems like he can no longer write, so someone's writing for him. And I bought them all for different prices. They were, like, a range between, like, 10 and 25, I think. But I'm going to figure out for you guys. It was a long time ago that I bought them. They sat in the package, too, for a while, because I was like, oh, I'm already doing another diary. I don't want to, because I have a problem with, like, too many projects. And I'm sure some of you feel the same way. Like, I start a lot of things, and then I get, like, really into them, and then I don't finish the other things. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to open it for a little while, and I'll open it. I was planning on opening it on a live or something, and then I made a video about opening them. And then they still sat there for a long time after that, so it's been, I don't know when I bought them, but it was probably, like, a year ago. What do you do to search and find things? Okay, what do you do to search and find things like these because I want to start buying them? I search on eBay, handwritten diary. I haven't actually bought a lot of them on eBay. I've only gotten one from an estate sale and these from eBay. So I don't have a lot of experience buying from eBay, but what I can tell you and what I tell everybody who asks that question is that search for handwritten diary and then make sure you look through the pictures and the description to make sure it's actually written in. Because a lot of times they'll sell these diaries just blank. And they'll tell you that. They'll say they're blank. But people collect these old standard diaries just empty. So you just want to make sure that it's not empty. And I don't know. On eBay, it seems like hit or miss. Like, a lot of times they're super expensive and it's not worth it. But I've only gotten these on eBay. So I can't speak for the whole... I don't know. I think I'll probably be buying more on eBay since... this has been going so well. I might, after this one, continue with another set of diaries if I can find them. We've been transcribing this diary for like 6 weeks, like once a week. Yes, you were wondering if CR stood for Cedar Rapids. You're from Iowa. Yep, you're right. Do you call it CR in Iowa? Is that what people call it? Some of them are faked. Oh, I never even thought about that. Some of the diaries online are faked. Oh, that's terrible. Luckily, everything that I've found, I've been able to link with real people, places, pictures. I've been able to, like, find articles from each event, so that's sad to come across a fake one and to pay for it and expect it to be, like, a real slice of history and then it to be, that's sad. Okay, Edna went to CR today, so Cedar Rapids. Did some Xmas shopping. Nellie came here in the afternoon. Oh my god, it's almost 9 o'clock. And stayed all night. Cold, but a real nice day. All right. You can go to thrift and antique stores too, but I haven't had much luck finding anything there because when it's there, it's going to be expensive. Sometimes. I don't know. It really depends. Oh, we're on Christmas. Oh, there's someone on eBay who sells their recent diaries. Oh my god. See, I want diaries that have been separated by time. That feels weird. I know it's weird to be reading a diary at all, but that's even stranger if it's someone who's like from 2020. You only find pictures at antique stores. Yeah, me too. I find a lot of pictures at antique stores. You could sell your recent diaries if you choose to do that. That's could probably make a lot of money. You should sell them as a digital file, and then people can buy them over and over again. You'd get a lot of people who would weirdly buy that. I would not buy a recent diary, but okay, hold on. It'd be interesting for people 100 years ago to see diaries from the Panini. Yes. That's very true. It's like reading diaries from the Spanish flu now. We were invited to Lloyd's for dinner, but I did not feel at all well. So Edna and I could not go. That's sad. Daughter Edna. So sometimes he calls her daughter Edna to differentiate between the two Ednas. Someone said, I wish I kept a diary during the pandemic. Yeah, I didn't either. I started keeping one. I was like writing a journal every once in a while, but I felt like very overwhelmed by it, doing it every day, so I didn't. And then I got this cool one that's like, it's called a 5-year diary, and it has a space for each day for 5 years. So there'll be like a page, and on the page it's like 2000, or it gives it like year. So you can write like 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, and then you write what happened each day. It's just like a very short line, and it's easier to fill, it's less overwhelming, and it's cool to be able to look back at the exact day as you're writing. You have a 5-year diary too, but you quit the first year. Well, you could take it back out and start again. Yeah, there was 2,000 people in here? Jeez. Okay. Or you mean 2023? People didn't, I don't know. I kept a diary since I was 9, recently reread. It's cool to see the growth. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so daughter Edna went. Mrs. Gibson went into, does that say went in? Oh my God, I'm getting tired. Okay, where was I left off? Jeez, okay. Mrs. Gibson, something to Blanche's and stayed. Must be went in. To Blanche's and stayed and came home when Edna did. Nellie came home with Edna too. McGee's, that's just heard my alarm go off. Okay, so McGee's is a relative. McGee's are related to, it's Lloyd's. So Lloyd is Todd's son. McGee is the last name of Lloyd's wife, like her maiden name. So the McGee's are his wife's family. So confusing. It's hard to describe that. I'm a very visual person, not like a word person. So as you can see, I'm like drawing in the air. So McGee's, and I lost my place again. And Knox's, McGee's, and yeah, it's like it's his in-laws, but it's his son's in-laws. Knox's were at Lloyd's for dinner too. Okay. Sunday, December 26th. We're almost done. It's bittersweet, but it would be much more bitter if it was the last diary. It is. Someone had mentioned that it is his last Christmas, which is really sad. Quite a nice day, Edna and Nellie. There's something really weird about reading this and knowing that it's his last Christmas and him not knowing. That is what's really, like, doesn't feel great. Jake Selzer. The Selzer family is from that area. I've found, oh my God, we're at 117 likes, 117,000. That's crazy and awesome. Jake Selzer is from the Selzer family, who's from Fairfax, and I've gotten a couple pictures of family members. I think of Billy here. Yeah, there should be an apostrophe on Knox's, but he didn't really put one, so, but I'll put one. Maybe I'll be able to find a picture of Jake. I feel like he's realizing slowly, though, the entries are a different vibe now. Yeah, definitely. Me liking a bunch so the algorithm brings me back. I know my TikTok page has been like dead. They have not been showing my videos to people, so you might have to just like, you might not see my stuff. So if you want to see the next live, which will be next Tuesday, you can go to my page and register for the live event for next week. And then I don't know. I've been hearing from a lot of people that they haven't been seeing my stuff and my views are like tanked. So I don't know why. All right, Jake Selzer. and Helen. But I mean, interacting with stuff and sharing stuff and like going to my page and liking things, that will hopefully kind of get the algorithm back working for us. But it just kind of ebbs and flows. It's annoying. Because when you have like 75,000 followers and it only shows your stuff to like 300 people, it's like, what the heck? Because, you know, you guys want to see it. That's why you follow me. And I feel bad. It looks like I'm never posting, but it's just that it doesn't share it. He did write for Thanksgiving, yes. Can we do a Thursday too? Today? This week? Maybe. I am free on Thursday. And I was thinking about it. But you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to like people to think the next one is on next Tuesday and then miss the Thursday one because they missed like the announcement. I don't want that to happen. So I feel bad planning like I can't talk. I feel bad planning so not far in advance. You don't want to rush it either, I know. We'll think about it. Let's get through this year and then we'll talk about it. Okay, Jake Seltzer and Helen and the boys. Oh, I wrote that. Called in the morning. Kit and Lucille were here in the afternoon for a while. I felt better today. Billy Seltzer came home tonight for a few days stay. You know what I was thinking of doing though? Because I was saying this before, it's kind of like, it's tough on the lives because I'm just here kind of basically talking into thin air and I see your comments, but I don't get to like actually have a conversation with you guys. I was thinking about creating some kind of like Discord, some way that we could like, I don't know yet. Maybe, I don't know, like a Patreon thing or something where we could have a group and we could do research together instead of just typing. Because research, actually searching things and looking for things and finding things, that doesn't really work well with a live format. A YouTube live or a Facebook group, maybe, yeah, maybe. The whole research process doesn't work well with the live format because it's a lot of just like not finding anything and it's kind of boring and it's hard to describe what I'm doing. But this is very like, took a short walk. This is very easy to do on live and it's working and you guys are like enjoying it. So maybe we can find something on top of that. And then if it was a Patreon thing, that subscription, the money would go to like buying more diaries and we could do this. We would do this too. Someone said I like this way. We could do this too. But it could be like an extra thing. A Facebook group could be to post our findings. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Facebook or Discord, we'll figure it out. I start at 6:30 on Tuesday. You don't have Facebook. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do Facebook, but Patreon is not a like blog type thing. Patreon is like a subscription thing. But if we did a Patreon, it would be a subscription to be in the group. Like, I don't know. I haven't really thought through that much. And someone said you can subscribe TikTok. And I know, but that's weird. I don't really know about that. What time zone are you in? I'm in Central. I'm in Eastern. So 6:30 Eastern. I could have a Patreon page and start a Discord for the members. That's what I was thinking. Thanks, Emily, for explaining that. Because that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, so maybe I'll look into that. We could pitch in for new diaries. Yeah, that would be really cool. And I think that, you know, there's definitely some interest for that because you guys have been really awesome reaching out to me. And it always feels so like one-sided to me because I'm just kind of getting all this stuff and we're not able to talk as a group. Discord is good so we can research collaboratively. Yeah. Or over the voice. I don't know what VoIP is, but 2 a.m. in Ireland. Oh yeah. I don't know how to pronounce your screen name, but I've seen you here before. So thanks for coming. Okay, I'll figure that out and I'll get back to you guys about that. Maybe I'll post I don't know, maybe I'll get a Patreon going. And even if it's like $1 a month or something. But I was thinking about doing that before, but I didn't want to do something that made you guys feel like you had to pay to see this. Like, that's not what I want. but I think if I did a Discord open to everybody and we had 500 people in here, that would be like not great. So Dr. Herman called this afternoon. Lloyd, Francis, and David came out this afternoon. It always trips me up when they repeat the words. I think I messed up. Lloyd took the ashes up and emptied them. Billy Selzer spent the evening here. Okay, so let me go on to, we're almost done, and then we'll talk more about that Patreon thing after. Okay, and then someone had asked me to go back to another entry, and I will. If you're still here and you remind me at the end, I will go back. A very fine, mild day. I walked downtown in the afternoon. Thursday. Oh, it's getting late. Oh my God. Can you tell it's getting late? I can type. December 30th. 1943. Oh, another one. Nothing unusual today. I like that we see that entry every once in a while. Oh, we're on the last day. Woo! Okay. Okay, you know what I'm going to do for the last one? I'm going to let you guys read it. Yeah, these are my sleepy fingers, exactly. So I'm not going to do any reading ahead. I'm going to just type what you guys say, because this is special. So, okay, last day, New Year's Eve. I did not feel so good today. As good today. I almost started reading ahead. Now I'm going to wait for you. So I got that one. Took a short walk. Took a short walk. Did I mess up? I did not feel so good today. Yeah. I don't know why I always say as. Miss Kruger stopped here on her way home from school. Miss Kruger was a teacher. I'm typing a 1943 diary. I usually type ahead, but now I'm waiting I want everyone to be able to read it. Because it's the last entry of the diary. So was here for supper and stayed all night. Miss Kruger, I said, was a teacher. Billy Selzer spent the evening. With us. Why am I typing it? Because we're transcribing it so that we can research the family and then hopefully get it back to relatives. So it's basically for fun that we're transcribing it, but we've been able to find out who the people are in the diary, and it's just like pretty cool to connect it with real people. So hold on. Billy Seltzer spent the evening with us. I did not stay up to see the new year. Oh. No, it was someone who posted on eBay. They probably got it from an estate sale or something. That's sad that he didn't stay up to see the new year in, as I did not feel so good. That's really sad. So this is not his last entry. This is the last entry in this diary. I can't believe we've gone through this whole thing. That's amazing and wild. But there's another 2 diaries that we can go through it's from the same family. So it'll pick back up. It'll be the next day. This isn't the end of Todd's story, but it is sad that it is his last New Year. Is that what you meant? Yeah. So it's his last New Year. And what I was saying before was it's crazy that he doesn't know that at the time. That's like the weirdest part about it, is because we're looking back and we know these things, but... All right, so I don't know if the person who asked me to go back to another day is still here. That was a while ago, so if you're still here, you can send it. I think it was like... I don't remember. I think it was in September. Okay, September 11, 1943, yes. And what was the reason for that? Was it someone's birthday? Or November 12th? No, I think it was September 11th, 1943. Oh, okay. Your grandma's birthday. Okay. Was it her actual birthday? Like she was born in 1943? Because that's pretty cool. Okay, so here's what happened on Saturday, September 14th. 11th, I mean. I don't have it up here. I'm going to have to just read it. So, oh, you said it. Hold on. Yes, and she passed away. I'm sorry about that. So this is a special little thing we can do for her. So this is her birthday. Edna went to CR, which is Cedar Rapids, this afternoon, and Miss Kruger came home with her. Quite cold, 54 degrees, rained hard tonight. I wouldn't call 54 degrees quite cold in the grand scheme of things, but I guess because it was starting to get colder in the fall. Because in the beginning of the diary, he was talking about, like, below zero weather, so. All right, so... I guess now, Christmas, we already read Christmas, but I'll read Christmas, because I don't really want to log off either, but I'm going to log off in a little while, and then we can talk a little bit, if anyone, like, wants to put in their 2 cents about the Patreon thing, or, like, I don't know, just, I can read that now, because we've already, like, done all the typing. So, on Christmas Day, we were invited to Lloyd's, who is his son, for dinner, but I did not feel at all well. So Edna and I could not go. Daughter Edna went. Mrs. Gibson, who is his mother-in-law, went into Blanche's and stayed and came home when Edna did. Nellie came home with Edna too. McGee's and Knox's were at Lloyd's for dinner too. I post all of the transcriptions that we do, like I post all of the typed diary entries on my website, which I'll just open now. Because we're all done for today. We just, like, finished the first diary, which is insane. But on my website, this is the, like, hold on. That's the editing version. This is what you guys would see. Is on the page, like, on another page on the website, I have the transcribed diary here. So you can, like, click on the month, or you can flip through. I'm, like, really obsessed with making this cute little Google Slides. So you can read everything we've done so far.